Hello everyone, today we're going to be asking the cards how Prince Harry feels about his father King Charles not seeing him. We're going to have a bit of a delve into how he's coping with being in London. We'll also maybe asking the cards how Megsy's coping with being all of her lonesome in Olive Garden Mansion. So we're going to start off. If you're new here, I'm just going to let you know I work in layers. So the first layer will be for Harry, the second layer will be for Megsy or the King, depends where the cards take us. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So please subscribe, like and share this about and all of that YouTubery stuff, and we shall begin. So I'm working with the cards, the Midnight Mysteries cards. These have got mushrooms on them for Harry. And then we're going to have a look into Megsy potentially and the King. So yeah, and then we'll see where this all takes us. So how is Harry feeling right at the minute about his father while he's in London? Let's have a look. You just move that a little bit there. Let's have a look. Seven of Wands. He's on the defensive. He feels like he's been attacked. Is it the men in grey suits? He feels like he's on an uneven footing in a sense with that Seven of Wands card there. He's not overly happy, I don't seem, but that's nothing new. The Magician in reverse. He can't quite bring something together here. He can't quite get everything in a row for some reason. I've been saying for a while that Harry has been like dabbling a little bit in the occult, if you will. And he's not feeling, I don't think he's feeling particularly great at the current trajectory of his life, put it that way. The Seven of Pentacles, what's known about the situation? He is trying to be patient and see the bigger picture and having all his ducks in a row. But underneath, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. This is all about, you guessed it, Diana. The Queen of Cups in reverse, he is going to possibly, potentially mention his late mother over the next few days. He could well be blaming, of course, Queen C. I believe it could be both, actually, with the Queen of Cups. Both Queen C and Diana are sun sign Cancer, so they would come out as Queen of Cups. This in reversal, so he's definitely blaming Queen C, as well as feeling like there's something about his mother involved in all of this. The Ace of Cups in reverse. He's not too happy about that story Dan Wootton published with Kinsey yesterday about him being in spiritual cahoots with Megsy, trying to channel his mother. Well, I should say that Megsy is the one that isn't meant to be trying to channel his mother, but I feel like he's trying to get in on that. He's trying to be able to communicate with spirit in his own way. Unfortunately, as we've been saying since 2019 on this channel, he isn't quite in the right mindset. The King of Wands is in reverse. Okay. The Eight of Wands is what he's thinking about at the minute. And the Queen of Pentacles is surrounding him. Interesting that we have the Queen of Pentacles here. Of course, the Queen of Pentacles can relate to Catherine, Princess of Wales, as she's a Capricorn. It can relate to Virgos and, of course, Taurians. So he may try and say something like about the Queen's legacy, about his legacy. He's going to try and buy into that somehow. I feel like we're going to get something with the we are going to get something with that, because the Queen was a Taurus. Potentially could even be saying something about Catherine there. Eight of Wands is what's on his mind right now, and it's all the quick fire communication. Never, if you believe that the Harkles aren't on social media watching all of this play out, then I have got a bridge to sell you. They are all over absolutely everything, completely all over everything. Everything that is uttered about them, everything that is said about them, everything that is transpired about them, they're all over all of it. They really want to know absolutely everything that is said about them. He would be very silly to come out and say something about Catherine's illness. I feel like he would also be very silly to come out and say, oh, I'm carrying on the Queen's legacy, or something as banal as lunatic. Yeah, as that, basically. The King of Wands in reverse. Now, interesting, we do have Megsy's nemesis and a further narcissist, Piers Morgan, in the United Kingdom. He's an Aries, and there's potentially a clash coming up with Mr. Morgan very soon, or he's going to try and shade Mr. Morgan. There might be something further with Piers Morgan here. Just because the King of Wands is in a negative, and it's also coming up quite quickly, Harry being in the UK, what he doesn't want you to know, he has got that Page of Wands energy around him. He is angry. He is angry. He doesn't want to come across as being angry, but he is trying to he is trying to hide the fact that he is very frustrated. Like, it's an Arrested Development kind of angry. He's got this simmering, spiteful anger in him, and he's trying to hide it. I wonder if Megsy's told him, just smile for the camera, H. And there we have the Tower. Something big's coming down the road for these two. We're going to get something along the lines of what do you call it? The new catastrophic New York car chase. I mean, we're coming up. I think we're just coming up to an anniversary of that. It's not too far away. That's coming up. So there is some nonsense coming up from them where they are going to, especially Harry, is going to feel very kind of put out by the king and everyone, and he's going to blame everything on everyone else. But it's basically just going to be, I suspect something bad might happen when they are over in Nigeria, but this card is further away than that. Usually this, for normal people, this is in the next 6 to 12 months aspect on this part. However, it is, Harry and Meghan live, and all of the royals and a lot of famous people meet a lot of people. They have life happen to them at a faster pace. So this can happen a lot sooner. So it could well be Nigeria. So bear that in mind. Let me have a look at the king, how the king feels about this one being in London and the press reports. Let's have a look. Something with the King of Wands in reverse energy. That weird Nigerian guy, he's a Sagittarius, you know? The guy with the big forehead, the 5-head dude. It can be him. Let's see what the king's like with Harry being here. He just doesn't know why he keeps coming over. He's just like, with that 8 of Cauldrons, the 8 of Cups, like, why can't you just go? Why are you still hanging around? Why are you still here? And the 4 of Swords, there we have it. It's the inheritance here. It's the inheritance. The king is, I would say, very aware that Harry is a royal by birth, if not by behavior. So there is some issues with that. We have the devil in reverse. What's known about the situation? I see the king is pretty much on board with it. And then we have Temperance. Interesting. We have Temperance underneath for the King and the Devil in reverse for Harry. I really feel like the King is very aware of what is going on and how maladaptive and how weird Harry's behavior has been, as well as, of course, this Ace of Cups in reverse, Harry trying to say that Megsy is a channel for Diana. And yeah, that devil. I think the King knows what he's dealing with here. I think the King is still upset how everything transpired, but he's a realist, a real realist. Now we have got the Moon card in reverse here as well, and the King of Wands. So something is going to come out really quite soon regarding Harry and the King, something further. But there is going to be lies spoken, I feel, and it potentially directed at the King. The 10 of Cups in reverse, like we know, like the King is like, it's fractured. It's a fractured family. It ain't fractured for whatever reason. And the Knight of Swords surrounding the King when it comes to Harry. I feel like there's some military people, there's potentially people in the security services, potential people in the police who could well be advising and telling the King to like stay away from the dumb prince, which is cool. The King still wants to focus on some healing for him. And then the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like Harry is really going to do a job later in the year and get himself completely out of the royal family somehow. The 10 of Pentacles. At the minute, the King is seen as still as familiar bonds, but those familiar bonds are broken. And then there's another card of family in the tarot, which is the 10 of Pentacles. And when that is, it's a rich and protected family. This could also indicate that Harry is going to further lose the IPP case, his International Protected Persons case. I'm concerned about this Moon in reverse, the illusions in reverse, because it feels like somebody is going to try and make something out towards the King, if you will. Let's have a look at Megsy. Eight of Cups, walking away. Interesting. I think she has given up completely on the UK. I mean, completely. And somehow this is William's fault, a journey. Maybe she's getting prepared to go for Nigeria. Maybe it's not just William, but we'll keep pulling. They want to blame William for something. There's a risk that they're about to take. That could well be. And the Four of Pentacles. She is losing control. That Fool in reverse, that's a big risk, isn't it? 10 of Wands, burden being lifted off you, carrying a burden. That's how she really feels about you, Harry. And the Empress in reverse. Interesting. The King of Wands, the Moon in reverse, and the Empress in reverse. I wonder if Piers Morgan's going to say something about Diana. I wonder if Megsy's going to do something where she's going to pretend like she's Diana somehow. I wonder if there's going to be like a pap walk that goes a little bit wrong and she gets hounded or something like that. Like it's set up. is what I mean, like a kind of like a false flag, if you will, of the PR world. Judgment. And the High Priestess in reverse. Oh, she really didn't like that story about her channeling Diana while she was doing a yoga studio and whether they should come to the UK or not. Judgment is there. It's like setting a refocus. And the High Priestess in reverse. 9 of Wands, boundaries. And the 9 of Swords. They're not going to have... They might have thought the first half of the year has been amazing for them. It's better than 2023 for them, to be honest. But they haven't really done anything apart from try to grift some scam jam. That's all they've really tried to do. She is going to feel betrayed and angry with that 9 of Swords in the future. She's going to have... we're going to be talking about mental health. She's going to try and segue into some kind of mental health thing later this year and try and blame, like she's going to address all of this stuff that's happening right now later in the year, and she's going to go, but why didn't anyone think about me and my mental health? The Empress in reverse is very interesting. She is really going to try and make something in Nigeria like they are, like almost like she's going to be, I know we're joking about it, but she's going to make a lot more noise about her mother's lineage and potentially her line from Nigeria. She's going to really kind of lay it on thick. And yeah, so there's the 3 things that I'm very interested in this. I feel like something is a coming and there's a risk factor here for her, a big risk, and it's not going to pay off. That could be Nigeria, you know. And he's got the Tower there and she's got mental health card. So, interesting. The King is done. Is basically done with Harry. The King, the 10 of Pentacles, they will, like, something's coming, guys. And this isn't just me going jam tomorrow. This is there is something coming. There is jam tomorrow. There is something coming down the tracks here that I feel like we are going to get an event horizon. Once you go past it, there's no coming back. I think Harry's went over that millions of times. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, that is what I see on the cards. Let me know what you guys see. Let me know if there's any readings you would like me to do for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in a bit. Take care, everyone. Bye.